You land in Miami and the first thing you feel is the warmth. Not just the weather, but the energy. The air is heavy with the smell of salt water and sunscreen. Palm trees sway against a backdrop of neon lights, and the ocean breeze carries the faint rhythm of Latin music, drifting in from a distance. This isn't just another city. Miami has its own heartbeat, a rhythm that blends the beaches, the culture, and the nightlife into one unforgettable experience. And this weekend, you're going to dive right into it. So let's plan your perfect Miami getaway. Where to stay, what to eat, and how to relax, so that every moment feels like the best decision you've ever made. It's Friday afternoon, and the first choice you face is where to check in. If you're here for romance and luxury, you might roll your bags into the Satay Miami Beach. The lobby feels like a calm oasis in the middle of South Beach. Sleek wood, Asian-inspired design, and an instant hush that tells you this place knows how to take care of you. If you're after something stylish but not too over the top, you'll fall in love with the Betsy Hotel, a boutique spot right on Ocean Drive that gives you art, rooftop views, and just the right balance of energy and peace. Or maybe you're traveling on a budget, but still want a fun, social vibe. In that case, Freehand Miami is your answer. It's part boutique hotel, part hostel, with a poolside bar that attracts locals and travelers alike. Whatever you choose, your Miami story begins the moment you drop your bags. Look around and think, yes, this is where I'm supposed to be. After freshening up, it's time for your first Miami meal, and you're going straight to a legend, Joe's Stone Crab. This place has been serving seafood since 1913, and the second the waiter sets down that platter of claws with mustard sauce, you'll understand why it's iconic. If you prefer something a little more intimate, head over to Mandolin Aegean Bistro. Tucked inside a 1940s house in the Design District, the white and blue decor feels like a slice of Greece, and the mezza platters with grilled octopus and fresh pita make the perfect start to your weekend. Dinner here isn't just about the food, it's about the mood, the sense that you're slipping into Miami's rhythm at your own pace. The night is still young, so you wander down Ocean Drive. Neon lights flash against pastel Art Deco buildings, vintage cars cruise by, and every corner bursts with music. Salsa, reggaeton, deep house. You grab a mojito, maybe two, and just soak it all in. If you're up for it, head to Nikki Beach, where the party spills out onto the sand. Or if you'd rather keep it chill, sit by the water and listen to the waves crashing under the moonlight. Either way, your first night in Miami ends with a promise. This weekend is going to be unforgettable. Saturday morning begins the Miami way, with the sun rising over South Beach. You walk barefoot on the sand, the water cool against your feet, as joggers and yoga groups dot the shoreline. It's one of those moments where time slows down. You sip your coffee, maybe from Panther Coffee in Wynwood if you're already in the mood for something local and artisanal, and you let the day begin without any rush. By mid-morning, it's time to dive into Miami's culture, and the first stop is Little Havana. As you stroll down Calle Ocho, you're surrounded by color. Murals of Cuban legends, men playing dominoes in Maximo Gomez Park, and the irresistible aroma of Cuban coffee wafting out of every window. You step into Versailles, the most famous Cuban restaurant in Miami, and order a cafecito with a guava pastry. The sweetness, the strength of that tiny coffee. It's Miami in a cup. Maybe you wander into Ball and Chain, a historic bar that once hosted legends like Billie Holiday. Even during the day, the music vibrates through the floor, and you feel the city's history come alive. Next, you head to Wynwood, Miami's open-air museum of street art. Every wall is a canvas, splashed with colors and messages from artists around the world. You wander slowly, your camera working overtime, but it's not just about the photos, it's about the vibe. The breweries, the galleries, the food trucks serving everything from tacos to vegan delights. By the time you've had lunch, maybe at Coyo Taco or 1-800-LUCKY, you feel like you've stepped into a different Miami, one that's young, edgy, and endlessly creative. The afternoon is for slowing down. Maybe you take a walk along Biscayne Bay, or you head back to your hotel pool to recharge. Because tonight, you're going big. Dinner is a choice between KYU Miami, where wood-fired Asian dishes are as creative as the neighborhood around it, or La Mar by Gaston Acurio, where Peruvian flavors explode in a setting that overlooks the water. Imagine sipping a pisco sour as the skyline lights up across the bay. It's the kind of dinner that makes you pause, just to take it all in. And then, the nightlife. Miami's reputation for parties is legendary, and if you want the full experience, you head to LIV at the Fontainebleau. The energy is electric. World-class DJs, lights pulsing with the beat, and a crowd that feels like it's celebrating life itself. But if clubs aren't your scene, yes, there's Sugar, a rooftop bar that sits high above Brickell with lush gardens and panoramic views. Here, the cocktails are crafted like art, and the city feels like it's at your feet. Whether you dance until sunrise or sip slowly under the stars, Saturday night in Miami is unforgettable. Sunday morning greets you with the promise of a slower pace. Brunch is the star, and you have options. Big Pink, with its oversized portions and retro diner vibe, is perfect if you want a laid-back meal that still delivers on flavor. But if you're looking to splurge, the brunch at the Biltmore Hotel is legendary. Champagne, carving stations, seafood, pastries, all served in one of Miami's most historic hotels. You linger over your plate, enjoying the last few hours of indulgence. But a Miami weekend isn't complete without some relaxation. You check into the standard spa where the pool looks out over Biscayne Bay, and the hammam, mud lounge, and massages invite you to let go of everything. For a couple of hours, it feels like you're floating between worlds, part of the city yet completely removed from it. If you still have energy left, take a boat ride around Biscayne Bay. The water shimmers as you cruise past Star Island's celebrity mansions, the skyline rising in the distance. Or maybe you prefer something cultural, like exploring Vizcaya Museum and Gardens, where European-inspired architecture meets lush greenery in one of the city's most romantic spots. As the sun begins to set, you make your way to South Point Park Pier. The sky glows pink and orange, the ocean stretches endlessly, and you feel the weekend winding down. You think back. The stone crabs, the salsa music, the art, the late-night cocktails, the sunrise walks. Miami wasn't just a trip. It was an experience, a blend of energy and calm, history and glamour, culture and fun. And as you pack up ready to head home, you realize something. Miami has given you exactly what you needed. A weekend where you could stay somewhere incredible, eat unforgettable meals, and find moments of relaxation that will stick with you long after you leave. Because Miami isn't just a destination, it's a feeling, a rhythm that follows you home, reminding you that sometimes the best trips aren't about escaping your life, but about adding a new story to it. So next time you're looking for a weekend escape, remember, Miami is waiting with a room, a table, and a sunset with your name on it. And if you love this journey, don't forget to subscribe to Plan My Trip, because the world is full of weekends worth taking, and together, we'll make sure you never miss the best ones.